What is going on, guys? Thank you guys so much for joining me right here on Outside the Brand. It's time for your Monday Night Raw review. It is Monday, November 29th, 2021. I'm your host, Phil, and this is Outside the Brand. Guys, we got Nate here, we got Laf here. I'm going to let these guys talk in just a little bit, but tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw was very interesting. There are some things that happened on tonight's show that there was some stuff that was good, some stuff that was bad, some stuff that were just completely terrible, and yeah. So I mean that's just what Monday Night Raw is nowadays. Edge made his return to the Red Brand after being stuck in Saudi Arabia for the last few weeks. He was just healing up after the Hell in a Cell match, but I just like to call it that because the last place we was in Saudi Arabia for the Crown Jewel event. Other than Survivor Series that happened, and the first feud that he has back on this show is against The Miz. They had a promo tonight against these guys, and let's just say, to me, it looked like they were trying a little bit too hard to be CM Punk and MJF from Wednesday night, but we'll talk about it. There was just some really key points into the promos that kind of brought up the same kind of points, so we'll talk about them as we go through the show tonight. Biggie was in the main event against Kevin Owens tonight, and if Kevin Owens won, which he ultimately did, he would be added to the WWE Championship match at the Day 1 pay-per-view. The Day 1 pay-per-view main event was slated to just be Seth Rollins versus Biggie. This was going to be Seth Rollins' cash-in contract moment at Day 1. Just like we all pretty much suspected, but with the win here by Kevin Owens, and we will go over that, it will now be the triple threat. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me, but I'm pretty sure all of us kind of predicted that a triple threat was going to happen at Day 1 a few weeks ago when all this was going to go down with the contract and Kevin Owens and everything going on. So we were pretty much right on the money there. And we had the United States Championship on the line. Randy Orton and Riddle put their Raw Tag Team titles on the line against the Dirty Dawgs. And they're just trying to continue their ways of being a ridiculous tag team. I mean, look at what they did tonight. Randy Orton was wearing a wig on WWE TV, and I don't know. I really don't know. But this is a depleted division on Monday Night Raw for the tag teams, and it's just not really looking all that good. But guys, other than that, we'll go over everything tonight on the show as we always do. I want to make sure that you guys can continue to support the channel in any way that you possibly can. We finally reached the 300 subscriber mark, and we hit that before episode 100. So that's absolutely phenomenal. We are on the road to 500 subscribers now. That's our goal now. I know this is a very, very big stretch, but if we can get to 500 subscribers by August, by SummerSlam, that would be fucking fantastic. I mean, that would be absolutely phenomenal. That's what we're going to try to strive for next. If you guys can, hit that thumbs up button. You guys have no idea how much that we all appreciate that here on Outside the Brand. If we can get that to 10 likes, that would be greatly appreciated as well. If you missed anything on the channel over the last week, you guys can go check the homepage and enjoy any episode that you may have missed of Outside the Brand from our infancy days back at episode 1 to last week's shows for Raw, our Tuesday show talking about Roman Reigns, our Dynamite, and our Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage reviews are all there waiting for you on the homepage. That way you can just never miss a day of OTB. You can follow us on social media. All of our TikTok links are down in the description. That way you guys can just go follow us and just have a good old time over there on our TikToks. You guys can also listen to the absolute banger between Waff and Bash. The MFN Right remix is down in the description as well. You guys can click the link and you guys can watch and listen to that absolute banger of a song whenever you want to. You guys can also check that out in the playlist for OTB music. I believe I updated the OTB music to where I have Waff's 2 newest singles on there, so you guys can check that out as well. If I haven't, I'm probably just gonna upload them right to the playlist as soon as we get off the air tonight. But those are absolute bangers as well, so you guys can check that out if you are inclined to do so. That's it, guys. I finally shilled enough. How was tonight's Monday Night Raw, guys? Nate, Loff, how are you guys feeling tonight? It's Cyber Monday, y'all. Did you guys get any good deals or not? Not yet.
Yes, sir. I want to say I wish, but nah, I ain't. Nah, I'm not with it. But yeah, man. If y'all want any like championship titles or T-shirts, you know what I'm saying. I'm about to say tonight is the last night to get it on sale. So go over
You
to
got 10
WWE.
minutes left, guys.
Yeah,
So
go over to WWE shop right now. This is not sponsored. Go over to WWE shop right now. You know what I'm saying. Get you a couple T-shirts. Look fresh. You feel me? But other than that, Raw was okay. Somebody asked me to give it a rating between 1 out of 10. I give it maybe a 5, 5.5, maybe.
that's really generous too.
Yeah, really happy that Edge returned. Surprised to see the Miz return, but happy that he returned too. Upset that Seth is now in a triple threat match with Biggie and KO. Upset about that, but I'll get more into it once we get the podcast started. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So go ahead, Loft, and then.
All right, what up, y'all? You probably can't tell at the moment, but I have lost my voice. It's kind of bad. It's feeling better right now because my fellow OTB member helped me make some tea. What the hell? I apologize.
Not my phone.
Damn it, damn laptop. But yeah. If my voice cracks during tonight, that's the reason why. But yeah, I mean, Raw tonight was boring like always.
Yeah.
The Seth and Edge, not the Seth and Edge and Miz promo was entertaining to me. I was surprised as hell to see Miz walk out there. I didn't think we'd see him for a while now, but it was good to see him and Maurice. I thought Miz was going to say that Maurice was going to wrestle, which was going to throw me off, but he didn't really say that. Liv Morgan and Becky had a okay promo. Becky did her normal annoying bullshit, but Liv is progressing very very quickly on the mic. She's sounding a lot better, or like we're just putting her words together in a more focused way. So I love that. I hate that Seth Rollins interfered in that match at the end to make it a triple threat. I don't see the reason for it to be a triple threat.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but Raw was boring like usual. The first hour was passable. The first hour was passable. Last 2 hours, boredom ensued.
Man, we'll talk about that, how that match ended between Big E and Kevin Owens with Seth Rollins at ringside because he was on commentary and all that. He intentionally got Biggie disqualified so that it can be a triple threat. Which makes no sense because he said all night on commentary that if it became a triple threat, his odds of winning the championship would lessen. So, again, just makes no sense. But we'll get to there. Like I said, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. It's episode 98. We got 2 more episodes of this thing. And episode 100 will be next week's Dynamite. Well, this coming Dynamite. So, heck, maybe episode 100 will bring good luck to us here on the show. What's going on, Saul? Wrestling Talk Universal is in the chat. This... Let's get into the show tonight, guys. As I pull up ringside news for all of the latest for Monday Night Raw. And as soon as I open up the thing, Sammy Guevara responds to Ric Flair teasing a match against him. So that's fucking great. Yeah, Ric Flair wants a match with Sammy Guevara. Great. But we're not here to talk about that. That's just some craziness that Ric Flair has no idea what the fuck he's doing. So,
man,
I digress. Jesus Christ, I'm still mind blown on that. We open up the show with Seth Rollins just dancing his way to the ring as always. Rollins gets to the ring in one piece this time. Thank you guys for not trying to attack him. Assholes. I'm sorry. That was just too terrible not to bring up. Like, he says we might be expecting him to be in a bad mood, but he's Seth frickin' Rollins and nobody can keep him down. He says that he has a secret, but some breaking news, and that's why he's in such a great mood. Rollins calls for a drum roll, then reveals that it will be him versus Biggie for the WWE Championship at WWE Day 1 on New Year's Day. Seth says that it is fitting because this is the first day of the new era and the first day of the future of this business. Finn Balor comes out and rushes to the ring. Balor attacks Rollins, who rolls to the outside, and Balor tackles Seth over the barricade into the Timekeeper's area, then tosses him into the apron and over the announce desk. Balor then gets Seth back inside the ring, and Rollins comes flying back with a suicide dive. Rollins takes off his jacket, and Balor catches him in a sling blade, and then Balor lifts the steel steps and runs them into Seth Rollins. Back in the ring we go, and the referee checks on both of them before the bell rings, and the match begins. That's right, we have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins to kick off Monday Night Raw. And I have to say, great kickoff match. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins have such an amazing in-ring chemistry together. It goes all the way back from their SummerSlam match for the first ever Universal Championship. These two just have great in-ring chemistry. And Seth Rollins got the win tonight, which I predicted. But at the end of the day, this match was great to open up the show. I'm glad we actually started off in this way. And it just proves that Seth on his way to day 1 for the WWE Championship. He's just on this completely different level right now. I just can't wait for the match between, well, at at this point in time, it was just going to be Seth and Big E. So at that point, I was like, all right, let's go. I can't wait for this. So I love the match between Big E and Seth. What did you guys think about it tonight?
Yeah, this was a
Oh, did I say Big E
great.
and Seth? I said Finn and Seth. My bad.
Yeah, I heard you, but it wasn't like registering.
Yeah.
I was like yeah. But yeah, this was a good way to start off Monday Night Raw. To be honest, I thought like when I first saw it, I was like, "There's no way that we're about to get a no contest again to start off Monday Night Raw." But luckily, the ref rang the bell and we got underway. So, like we said, a good way to start off Raw. Match was good. Seth came out with the dub, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
I didn't really care about this match. It was a good match, but I don't see Raw's formula of how they run the show is really starting to annoy me. So I knew these two were gonna have a good match, but I wasn't invested into it at all. I just wanted to get it over with, honestly.
I can see where that was coming from. Yeah. The match really didn't have anything behind it. They kind of just, they announced it an hour before the show started too. So, like, you really couldn't get anything behind it. We were supposed to get this last week, but after what happened to Seth Rollins, we really could not get that. We weren't going to get it anyway because he attacked Finn in the first place, and then after what happened, we really couldn't have gotten it. But at the end of the day, when you just announce a match between these two an hour before Raw starts, you really can't get anything behind it. So, like I said, it was a great match. And we're going to go over the final bits and pieces of this match to go over. But at the end of the day, you got to give us something. You got to give us a little bit of some kind of an investment just to get behind what you're trying to sell us here on Raw. So, they slowly get up and trade some blows to one another. Then Finn hits a Pele kick and Rollins lands an enziguri. Rollins looks for a ripcord knee, but Balor avoids it and hits an elbow drop slam. Balor wants the 1916, but Rollins jams his thumb into the eye of Balor, then follows up with an elbow to the back of the head, and then a stomp for the win. So, pretty cool ending. I want to see that ripcord knee. I know Rollins just doesn't really hit that anymore, but I like the ripcord knee. I liked it when he used it. I don't know. I just think a ripcord knee would be kind of cool for a signature into the stomp, but that's just me. I don't know. We had a commercial break, and then when we came back, Vince McMahon was just in his office, just having a good old time, right? And walks in. He tells somebody to walk in, and it's Austin Theory. As we all know, Austin Theory stole the egg last week. And I'm not even lying, guys. It was a fucking egg. It was Vince's precious golden egg. Vince says that he hates it when people ask him how he's doing because they don't mean it. This is going to be a little bit of a TMI, but this is what Vince said. He has IBS, an ingrown toenail, etc., but nobody wants to know that. No, we don't. Why'd you even say that? McMahon says that he was very impressed by Austin last week in his match with Biggie. And then he showed us what happened last week via a replay. Vince says that tonight Theory is going to stay in Vince McMahon's office, so he's being banished to the principal's office. And they're just going to watch the entire show unfold. And they're just going to watch it together to see if they can spy the unexpected. Vince tells him that if he ever steals from him again, and we legitimately got a threat here on Monday Night Raw, he said that he would legitimately kill him. So, Vince threatens to kill Austin Theory tonight on Monday Night Raw. Great. But Austin was just banished to the principal's office tonight. He could not leave. He locked the doors and he was just banished to the principal's office. Vince is out for violence. You're right, Tyler.
Man,
that is not PG. You're right, Tanya. Jesus, bro, he just bounced to kill him tonight.
Man, especially what he did to my guy Austin at the end. Like, my God, bro. But yeah, I don't know. This was like kind of weird. And then he was talking about like, expect the unexpected and get ready for these surprises and stuff like that. And yeah, so I don't know. It was kind of weird to see. I was I was kind of happy to see Vince on TV because we usually don't see him on TV, so that was kind of cool. But I don't know. It was kind of weird to me. So
it's just interesting that we're seeing Vince now on TV. We've seen him since Survivor Series, so I mean, I don't know if this is going to be like a regular thing, but like, if it gives Austin something to do, why not? You know, like it's very strange, but then again, I mean, when he's not on camera, we shit on the guy every single week anyway. So I don't know what's happening. Wow, what was your take on all of this? He got banished to the principal's office tonight.
All right.
It was cool to see Vince on TV. I understand the purpose of Austin Theory being back there for the whole show. Vince needs to calm down with just saying he's going to kill people. He looked dead ass serious, so I got kind of scared for Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny though. It was funny.
Here we go. Contract signing.
Oh.
For the Raw Tag Team titles. Not tag team title. Shit. Women's title. You're going to have to fucking forgive me tonight. This show was very up and down. More down, but still. Big Time Becks comes out to the ring where Sonya Deville has a table ready for the contract signing. Deville introduced Becky and then her challenger, Liv Morgan, and she comes out to the ring. Becky says that this is Liv's first contract signing, so she's welcome. Lynch says that she intentionally made Liv Morgan angry last week because she wanted to see if she has some fire, and she was pleased to see she has a hell of a right hand. But that was it, and she walked off. Well, her right hand won't be enough to keep her down, says Becky Lynch. So what happens when they meet in the ring? Sonya says this match won't happen at day 1, but next week on Monday Night Raw. Becky teases the fans and says that they aren't ready for a title match because their hockey team never wins anyway. I believe we were in New York tonight, so
Yep, Long Island.
they were talking about, I'm assuming they're talking about the Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Islanders.
Islanders, okay. It was either the Rangers or the Islanders. I don't watch hockey. I'm sorry, y'all. So Liv tells her to just shut up so that she can just sign the damn contract. And Morgan says that she got upset last week, but she channeled her emotions into her fists and not crying like a mess. Kind of like Becky did on camera after Survivor Series, after her match with Charlotte Flair. Liv then plays the footage on the Tron. So that was a very interesting line. We all know this. We all know the history that happened in that match, and we all know what really happened between those two. So the emotions were running high. They were running high, and even after the case, in that interview with Becky Lynch and all that. So there you go. Liv laughs and says Becky is the reason she has no friends. Just like her big fat contract is why her friends are no longer in WWE. Big line.
Man.
Big line right there. Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, no longer in WWE anymore. Logan's home, I believe, with her baby. I think they had a daughter, Eric and Sarah did, so congratulations to them. I have no idea how long ago it was, but I know it was a pretty long time. And Riott is now Ruby Soho on AEW, so there you go. So Morgan says Becky's a hypocrite because she bitched about being Flair's number 2, but now Lynch wants her to be hers. And Morgan threatens to punch her again, but Lynch says she was emotional after the big match, something Morgan wouldn't know anything about, and some people deserve to get paid. That right there, I mean, listen, I don't know how you guys felt about that, but that was just way too... A lot of the stuff that were said tonight were kind of just like, wow, do we really need to go there? I don't know if that's how you guys felt, but that's just how I felt when I was just listening to this. So she said, listen, if you would let me finish, I proposed to Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville that we were going to have a 10-woman tag match tonight, Team Liv versus Team Becky, and Morgan accepts. So a lot of stuff happened tonight in this promo. I don't even think Becky actually even signed the contract. I didn't even see her sign it, so we're getting the match next week. I know that, but it was just a very intense promo between the two. Liv looked great. Becky, you guys can tell me about Becky, because, I mean, there was just some things in this promo that really, I really didn't think needed to be said. A lot of it was really intense.
Yeah, like this promo, I don't know. I like this promo. When like I don't know, like it's something about like the personal type stuff that hits in a promo.
Yeah.
Like when Liv's told Becky that her contract is the reason why her friends isn't in WWE anymore. I was like, wow, I didn't think that WWE was going to actually accept that in the promo like that, but
Yeah.
they did it. I don't know if it's like a way to get back at AEW for their promos, or I don't know what they're trying to do, but yeah, that promo was tough. I was like, man, I can't believe she said that, but hey, they did it. I'm like, she's right. So yeah, but yeah, like this promo is really good, and we also had another promo which was really good tonight. But we're gonna get into it later. But yeah, I like this promo. I like this promo from both women. So
I think Liv in this promo, she's learning how to feed off of more of like what Becky's saying, and um, Becky wasn't that bad. I usually don't like hearing her cut promos, and she wasn't that bad. She was just usually her like a regular annoying self, which whatever that is. But I was more focused on hearing Liv. I was scared that she would get out talked by Becky, but she held her own. I'm not sure if the crowd was booing or not. I don't know if the crowd was booing Liv or booing both. I don't know what was going on. It was either a boo or just like a straight lull because the crowd was like, there was a weird point where the crowd was just like murmuring. And it was, I don't know what the hell it was. But the only scary thing about this is that they moved the match to Monday Night Raw. So that makes me think that Liv is about to lose. I feel like they're about to have this match on Raw just for the ratings, just to have Becky win again, which is gonna piss me off next week. So I'm already pre-mad about that. So yay. But
I don't even think the match was slated to be on day one, though. So
yeah. I mean, I saw Liv sign the contract, so I thought I expected a day one announcement, but they're going for next week. So 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to let the title switch. I would love for the title to switch, but um, all the context clues kind of led to them just doing the whole Bianca thing with this and just having her have the match and then lose because obviously they don't care about Liv Morgan the way I think they should. But take that as you may. Yeah, the promo was really good. This was a high point on the show for me. I really like this. I like seeing these two go back and forth. It was pretty good.
you didn't think the shots were way too overbearing or way too much in all of this? With Ruby and Sarah and Becky's contract being the reason that they're not here and all that stuff?
All fair game and all true words. I don't see anything wrong with it. I like for them to go do more of these promos where they're actually being real and stop acting like we don't see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed most of this. Really, I just didn't like when Becky started talking. Which you guys know, I don't like when Becky speaks at the time if it's freaking scripted.
I mean, you and I can both agree on there. I don't know. I just felt like I liked what they did, Nate. What you said is very much true, and I hope these guys can actually, I hope a lot of people backstage in WWE can take a look at this Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan promo and saying, hey, listen, sometimes bringing real life shit into this can make the story and make the match that much better for it. You look at what CM Punk and MJF did in the first 20 minutes of Dynamite last night. I mean, not last night, on Wednesday. They made magic in the first 20 minutes because they brought up real life shit. Here tonight, with Becky and with Liv, they brought up the real life shit that happened between Becky and Charlotte, and how Becky, after the match, she went into an interview and had tears in her eyes because of everything that happened between the two and all that. You had that right there, and you went for it, and you did it, and then you brought up Liv with her friends with Ruby and Sarah and all that. You brought that up. Great points. Just great points all around. And you brought that real life shit into this. WWE can do it. We know they can do it. We know they can build matches just based off promos. You don't need to have match after match after match just to build up to a climax match that happens weeks later. Sometimes just a good promo can be all the build that you need, and this was a perfect example for that tonight. They can do it. I know that's how you guys feel about it, but they got the tools. It's just them trying to figure out how to utilize those tools to make the matches better for us to enjoy.
Yeah, they, like you said, Phil, they can do it. Like as far as the promos, we already know WWE could kill it with the promos. But as far as like the matches and stuff, they still need to figure out what they can do with that. Because like tonight, even tonight, with Raw as a whole show, I feel like they were trying to do like this Raw was basically for like ratings because they had 2 championship matches. They had the 5-on-5 match. They had Seth versus Finn at the beginning of the show. Then it ended with Biggie and KO with the stipulation at the end. So they're trying their best to like keep it interesting, but it's not as interesting as we thought it was going to be. So they need to come up with some type of plan where they could keep us interested with like as far as the matches go, because the promos is going to be there, but as far as the matches and matches that we want to see, they gotta do something about that.
Yeah, I mean, we know that we can do a good promo when they want to, and I just don't know how hype I want to be for this match because the only hype I have is Becky losing, and it feels like they're just going on a Roman Reigns route with her, which makes me very, very, very scared for her future.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I would like to say this hyped me up for next week, but it really didn't. All it's doing is just leading to anticipation and then being thoroughly disappointed. So
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel at this particular moment about the match.
But I mean, don't you at least agree with the sentiment that like they can do it if they want to, like build matches with just these promos alone and not do all these matches after match after match just to get to the climax? I mean, the promo
Of
tonight
course,
showed that you can do it.
of course they can do that. It's just half the time they don't put the effort in because they don't care,
True. Yeah, that's
and they
true.
haven't cared for a long time now. So it's like now when we see they don't care, it's like, oh, it's normal, you know.
Right.
So that's why like all the promos tonight, for the most part, they had some kind of care to them. So I was like, huh, this is new. You know, I try to gravitate towards it because we very rarely get those promos, especially when matches like this isn't like a match that we have to wait for a while. This is literally gonna be next week, you know.
Yeah.
So um I think the both of them did a good job of just setting this up, and hopefully we get a good result next week. But I mean, we all know that um this company, when they want to try, they can be freaking amazing, but they haven't tried in a very long time. So
I'm gonna butcher this name, so I'm sorry if I do. Ramit, is Liv Morgan better than Bianca Belair? In what meaning do you mean by that? Because whether that's in ring or whether that's promo work, I feel like you gotta specify in that. Liv Morgan did great tonight on the mic. She did. She did. But the way that they are kind of using Liv Morgan right now compared to Bianca, when it comes to the mic skills, I'll let you guys decide that because I got no idea how I would even decipher any of that. With Bianca and Liv.
Well, Bianca's getting squashed right now, so she's still in the process of dealing with everything that happened at
in the ring. Oh, okay.
Oh, in the ring? Hell no, I don't think so. Bianca is so freaking underrated. I think she's so underrated as a freaking wrestler. Liv is on her way up though. I think Liv is going to be up there very, very soon. She needs a little bit more work with like certain stuff. But she's
Liv's
got
been good. She just needed the opportunity.
Yeah, because they never gave her a long time. They never gave her like 30 minutes to work. They just gave her like 15 with a tag match maybe. So it's like I can't even compare Bianca and Liv for real, because Bianca has gotten the WrestleMania treatment. She's gotten everything, and she deserves that because she's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
but Liv has a really big chance to do something with this, and I don't know if WWE realizes how good Liv Morgan is.
I mean, we've been behind Liv Morgan since. I mean, we've been behind her since pretty much ever since she kind of came into fruition here in WWE, but mainly more when it came to Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
When Money in the Bank happened, everybody just started to push for Liv Morgan, and I mean, some of it could have been a bandwagon, but some of it could also just have been, hey, I mean, the time is now to do it if you are going to do it. So why don't you just do it already, you know? So, like, it could, like, Liv is very good at what she does. And we're not taking any credit away. But in the ring, Bianca Belair is one of the best to ever do it, especially in the modern era. And
Bianca, anybody, she's too damn good. She's too freaking damn good.
It's just the booking that she's doing right now. It's just absolutely terrible. Because I mean, after what happened with WrestleMania, and then, well, WrestleMania, great. You had her win the women's championship, perfect. After SummerSlam, in 26 seconds, downhill. And if you guys don't agree with that, then you guys legitimately just have to look yourselves in the mirror and try to figure out what the heck went wrong. Because that's exactly what went wrong.
Yeah. Most def. I was about to say, Josh, that is blasphemy. If WWE do that, bro, they are stupid.
If Bianca ever got released from this company, I've said this a lot of times on this podcast, and look at me, I watched Monday Night Raw tonight. I don't know what I would do if Bianca got the R word. In WWE sense. Liv Morgan is soon to... Listen, if Liv Morgan just all of a sudden became all elite to join Ruby Riott, I would not be shocked. But you can't just say that right now. You can't just say that right now. That things are going on right now with Liv Morgan in this company. Whether we're going to be satisfied with it at the end of this all or not, just writing her off to AEW is honestly just, I'm not even really thinking about that right now. I'm not. Would I like to see her with Ruby? Yeah. Because, I mean, they're great friends in real life. But I can't write her off there just yet. I can't. So we're moving on to RK Bro being backstage, and Riddle is disappointed that Orton is not dressed like him. Randy says, why would he ever dress like Riddle? And then he says that they killed it last week when he channeled his inner Viper. He RKO'd Dolph Ziggler, and Orton hit the Bro Derek on Bobby Roode. and they figured out that they were going to do it again this week. Randy says that Riddle says if Riddle thought that he would ever that he is ever going to ride a scooter to the ring, he's more brain dead than he ever thought that he was. Riddle feels bad. Randy feels bad for what he said, so he says, "Look, I appreciate it, but there's no need for us to dress like each other in order to retain these titles. They need to always be 10 steps ahead in order to retain these titles." And Riddle asked him to just close his eyes for just a quick second. Randy Orton then proceeds to close his eyes, but then Riddle just slips on a blonde wig onto Orton's head. Orton looks up and he sees that he has a wig on, and he says, "Listen, if you don't get this thing off my head right now by the count of 3, then he proceeds to count to Riddle like he's a little kid. 1, and he takes off the wig. Randy says, "If you ever do that to me again, just don't." Riddle then says, "Sorry, Randy." The music hits, and they walk out. The only reason this got a laugh out of me was because of the delivery. That's it. I don't understand why they keep doing this. You guys need to figure out what you're going to do with Randy and Riddle, because at the end of the day, they're going to lose those titles at some point. Randy is going to turn on Riddle, and then we're not going to have RK Bro anymore on Raw. So you're going to have to figure out what the heck is going to happen, because right now it's not working. The delivery was the only funny part about this. That's it. Because Randy's great at what he does, and Riddle is just great at being an idiot. You got to figure out what you're doing, because it's not going to work much longer.
Yeah, that part got a laugh out of me too. Like, it's just because, like, bro, Matt Riddle be doing and saying some of the most stupidest things, and like, I don't know, it's just funny to me. But as far as RK Bro, as a whole, I'm done with it, bro. Like, I was done with it for a while. Like,
Yeah.
in the beginning, when they first formed, it was cool because, you know what I'm saying, you got 2 different personalities and 2 different styles of wrestling and stuff like that. And, you know, it was cool. Now it's like, now they're like trying to shove it down our throats, and I'm like, I don't, no, I'm not trying to deal with it anymore. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it still got a laugh out of me, but yeah, I'm trying to get done with this. I want Randy back as a singles competitor. So yeah.
Have a good night, Josh.
Good night, Josh.
Good night, Josh. I'm so annoyed with this group. I'm so tired of them, bro. Like, it was funny. No, I'm lying. No, it wasn't. Um, it was entertaining for a split second, and now they're starting to run it dry. I did laugh at Riddle putting the wig on Randy because Randy looked fucking pissed. I thought that was funny, but it's just like, how long does this go on? Because it's like, it's just, there's no development. It's just like they just go out there and do another knock joke and then go into their match.
Yeah.
It's humorous, but it's just like, how long?
Yeah.
How long are we gonna have to like just sit through this? Because eventually they're going to have to decide if they want to keep this going forever or if they want to break them up.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, they're going to go for a breakup angle because usually every time they have a good tag team, they usually break them up. And they're a great tag team as far as working together, but the jokes and shit is not really funny anymore for real. Not to me at least.
And the thing is, guys, they've only been a tag team for 7 months. This tag team only started in April of this year. If 7 months is already running dry, then something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe you guys have the answer to that. But 7 months as a tag team, and it already went sour to us. That's just not. That's not a good sign. That's not. And I know Randy can do better, and we all know Riddle can do better.
If they just split them up right now and put Randy on SmackDown, he could easily be someone to beat Roman. Like taking everyone out of the equation, like Jeff and Sammy and everyone who's doing whatever they're doing right now, and Brock and shit like that. Randy is a person that people would actually believe if he beat Roman. And Riddle can stay on Raw, and he can do pretty much anything that's not the U.S. Championship, seeing that he already won and lost that championship. So it's like I feel like you're stunting Riddle's growth, and you're in the process of kind of like slowing down Orton's legacy. He's a Hall of Famer, obviously, but it's like when you go through that whole documentary of his career, I feel like this is going to be a part where it's just like blanked out because they got the tag team championships, but it's just like I can't think of any match that was like when someone asked me to give them my favorite RK Bro match, I kind of just write one off because they all seem the same. And while the concept was there, the concept was never my issue. It was just the execution of it was always like subpar, you know. And when you have something that's subpar and then you keep pushing it, it just gets worse. Like it doesn't really get better unless they make the effort. And like we said earlier, WWE does not like that word effort unless it starts with Roman and ends with Reigns. So it's just like now, or Brock Lesnar or John Cena or whoever the fuck. If it's a part timer, they'll put effort into it.
Yeah.
But if it's someone who are trying to build from the ground up, or someone that isn't like a legend or hasn't been there for a while, you're in a situation where they have to build a young star, and we haven't seen. I don't want to say we haven't seen young stars, but it's just like I think a lot of young stars that you have them on the roster and they don't know how to execute them. So it's just like you have someone like Riddle who is amazing at wrestling, and you can't even really put him as like the next few pillars of WWE because he's a Santino Marella now, you know.
Yeah.
And he doesn't deserve that. He deserves so much better, and it's just like this RK Bro shit. It's cool in retrospect, but in the long run, I don't know.
So we had the tag team title match. I didn't even know this was a tag team title match. When I was doing my Raw preview for tonight on TikTok, I just saw that it was RK Bro versus the Dirty Dawgs. So I didn't even know this was a tag team title match until they announced it on the PA system that this was for the Raw tag team titles. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Didn't really mean anything because why would the Dirty Dawgs win the tag team titles? But Orton attempts to hit another RKO on Ziggler, but Dolph counters it into a zigzag for a near fall. Ziggler looks for a super kick, but Orton catches it and rolls him away and hits an RKO. That last RKO spot was cool.
It was smooth.
It did.
It was really smooth.
So there you go. They roll. So the RKO hits. Riddle prevents Rude from getting back inside the ring, and Orton scores the pinfall, so they retain the tag team titles. The last RKO was great. It was a very clean RKO. They retained the titles, and that was it. It was a pretty solid match, but you know what was going to happen. They're not losing those titles. I don't know who they're going to lose the titles to, and I think they should lose them soon, but they were losing them to the Dirty Dawgs.
Yeah. This match was pretty good. Like we said, that last spot with the RKO was really smooth, out of nowhere. And yeah, RK Bro retained the titles. Like you said, Phil, we didn't really expect the Dirty Dawgs to win. Like I said, I believe that they were just throwing these title matches on there just for ratings. So yeah, but yeah, RK Bro with the dub. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
And like I said, I really didn't even. I didn't know that this was a tag team title match until they announced it. Like on the actual, like when the ring announcing happened, I didn't know. They didn't say that earlier, did they? Or did I just miss it?
Yeah, when Seth came out after Seth and Finn Balor happened, they promoted the Raw Tag Team title match and then the United States title match too. So
I guess I just missed it because I saw the United States title one. I just didn't see the Raw. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Seth is walking backstage with Kevin Owens, and not with him, but Kevin Owens approaches Seth, and Owens says that listen, it's a big night for him, and it was also a big night for Owens, but he has some news as well. He tells Seth that if he beats Biggie tonight, Kevin Owens will get added to the tag team not tag team title match. What am I on tonight? I can't get my fucking words out. He'll be added to the WWE Championship match at day one. Rollins laughs and says that listen, hey, you're a funny guy. You must be joking, right? He's like, there's no way. That's his match, and Owen says, listen, man, I don't know what you've heard, but it's true. If I beat Biggie tonight, I get inserted into the WWE title match. And if he doesn't believe him, then he should just go ask Pierce himself. He's the bald guy. You know him, right? He's the bald guy, so you can go ask him. I don't know why I had to bald shame him like that on national TV, but he said he's the bald guy, so go ask him. Okay. He's like, yeah, you know what, I will. And then we had Edge, so we'll talk about Edge.
Yes,
but you bald shamed the guy on national TV. We know. There's nothing wrong with male baldness. It happens. You didn't have to bald shame the guy.
And this podcast is sponsored by Keeps.
That's ridiculous.
The guy that ripped his pants, right, Tyler? Yeah. You know, he's bald and he ripped his pants on Friday. Well, if the man bald shamed the dude. Why do you have to do that?
This whole thing is ridiculous.
But I'm serious though. If we get sponsored by Keeps, that would be fantastic.
Word.
Hey, I mean, keeps you see us right
Promo
here. I mean,
code OTB for 20%
OTB.
off, like shit.
Be like, hey, Loft, do you know that 35% of men experience male pattern baldness? Really?
I legitimately have to do an ad for keeps on OTB
I'm
in the middle of the podcast.
Men? What? I'm men. Wow. That's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Adam Pearce is backstage, and Seth Rollins walks in and asks what's going on with the Kevin Owens possibly being added to his Day 1 match for the WWE title against Big E. Pearce says, listen, first of all, you should know better not to trust Kevin Owens. That's not true. Rollins laughs, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I should have known. I should have known that you would keep the record straight, and thank you for your time. Then he just walks out. So at this point, I was just fucking confused. I was like, wait, so he's not in the match? I was like, okay, they're probably going to write him in. They're probably going to write him into it. They probably just haven't finished the script yet. They're going to write that match in. No worries. So DeVille walks in after Seth comes out, and Pearce tells her what happened. And then she says, listen, it's not a bad idea. So as soon as she said that's not a bad idea, I'm like, oh, there you go. See, they didn't finish the script yet, so they're going to rewrite it. They're going to present it to Vince and Austin, and they're going to approve it for tonight's main event. See, so they had to finish the script. They had to finish the script, guys. Come on now. Nate. They haven't finished the script yet, so they had to figure shit out.
Yeah, I know. I don't know about y'all, Phil, but I wasn't happy about this, bro. I wasn't happy about it turning into a triple threat match. Like why? So it's like every single time a wrestler works hard for their single titles match, such as Seth Rollins, he earned it fair and square. Singles titles match, it always get turned into a triple threat. The same thing happened with Edge and Edge when he won the Royal Rumble and he was supposed to have that singles titles match against Roman. And then look who shows up. Daniel Bryan. Let's throw him up in there too. Like, no. Come on, man.
Rollins has been slated to get a one-on-one match for a world championship for a very long time.
Man.
And they're just not giving it to him. They didn't give it to him against Roman. They didn't give it to him against Big E. They're just not giving it to him, Lost. What's going on here backstage in WWE? What's wrong with Seth Rollins that he just can't get a one-on-one match?
I blame Adam Pearce.
Hey, you better not blame the bald guy. He'll block you. He'll block you, just like he blocked me. But Loft, in all seriousness, I don't know what's wrong with Seth Rollins that he just can't get a one-on-one match.
I want him to get off my screen and do something that's not with the championship. I'm tired of him being near the WWE championship all the damn time. I don't care if it's a fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way. I don't care. I would have liked if E beat him straight up because I know Rollins will come out there if E went and pinned Kevin Owens and he's going to say, "Oh, you didn't pin me, so rematch."
So you just don't like Seth Rollins being in a championship picture right now?
I told you, I don't like when I think he's really close to being champion. I hate when he's champion because it's just not good anymore, Yeah. And I don't think the only way this should go is E winning. There's no other option.
We turned on him really fast when he was WWE champion the last time.
Yeah, it's like unless they're going to try to give Kevin Owens a cheap consolation prize and say, "Hey, don't go to AEW. Here's this championship belt." Like that's where I'm at.
Yeah, but even at that point, do you really think that will like keep him in this company?
Probably. If you won the championship for, I guess, 5 more months, maybe. But I guess you have to sign the contract before. So if we learn that he signed the extension, that's pretty much spoiling that match, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And as of right now, we don't know that yet. So
yeah. I don't know, man.
Edge is in the ring, and he says that this is the best job in the world, and he's so happy to be back here on Raw. Last week he was seen. The last time he was seen, he was in a war with Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell, and now Seth is the number one contender for the WWE Championship. And kudos to him because, and I quote, that dude is operating on a whole other level, unquote. Edge says that he's excited to be on Raw because there's a whole new list of people for him to face. Like AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, or Big E. Keep an eye on that Big E one, because trust me, I think we'll get that soon enough. But before Edge can continue, he was interrupted by the returning Miz. Oh, let's not forget, Maurice is back on TV. Which is honestly a very, very pleasant surprise. Because anytime I get to see Maurice on my screen, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I was happy when both of them came back. I was like, wait, Maurice is on TV too? I'm like, this is lit.
Anytime Miz is actually with Maurice, it's honestly better off for him. It is. I like Miz and Maurice together on TV. I don't know why, but it actually makes sense and it works well with both of them. So I was fine with this. I knew Miz was going to come back. I just didn't know when. They did it tonight. Because as soon as he got not released from Dancing with the Stars, but when he got voted off, I'm like, all right, yeah, they're gonna bring him in soon. We just gotta figure out when. So The Miz says that they gave Edge the big return with all the press releases. He's only been gone for a month. This is what Edge life has become. Going away and coming back for reactions. Well, he's been here weeks in, weeks out for years. And when he's injured, he's carted around in a wheelchair. And when he's gone, it's just to help elevate what they do. But when he comes back, he doesn't get the pyro, the press releases, and it really pisses him off. What really pisses him off is that his wife, one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest female competitors, is back, and there's nothing. Miz says Edge didn't mention him in the list of people he wants to face. Edge says that he figured Miz was away painting his face. And Marie says, listen, her husband was off being the most charismatic and talented man on Dancing with the Stars. Edge says that he came ninth. He came ninth, and Miz says that that's nothing to do with his talent and everything to do with the fan base and how loyal they are. Edge says Miz could have complained to Adam Pearce about all of this, but he didn't, so he must have an agenda. Interrupting him puts Miz in the main event, and he's here now, so he'll roll with it. The Miz says how dare he say he's doing this for clout. Maybe Edge forgets that the last time they competed on the same card, he was main eventing WrestleMania and Edge was opening the show. Edge was good once, but he surpassed him long ago. And he should have stayed at home. Edge says Miz is saying that he couldn't hang with him anymore, and he's right. The window is small, but he's making the most of it. And every guy in the back wants to test themselves against him. That's respect, and he respects them for that. Instead, the Miz tangled down to the ring, bitches and complains about the past. And Edge then says that the Miz made it to this moment from Tough Enough. So there's a Tough Enough mention. He used to come to the ring with notes on his hands and eventually made it to the main event of WrestleMania with John Cena with The Rock as a special guest enforcer, and he beat him. He has the people on other wrestling shows saying his name just to get a cheap pop. Edge says the Miz is rich and successful and has a beautiful family, but he made it further than anybody thought that he could. But the big difference between himself and Miz is that Edge clawed his way to get the small window of opportunity back, but Miz uses this to get reality shows, movies, and guest spots on crappy TV shows. Miz takes his glasses off, and Edge tells him, "Listen, you can take off those glasses all you want, and I'm ready right now. So if you're feeling froggy, jump. I dare you to jump." Miz, so he just lifts up the microphone. And Miz just says no and walks away. And that's it. This promo was great. I'm not saying anything bad about it, other than the fact you legitimately had so many references from Punk and MJF. I couldn't even count them. You had the young star and the old vet. You had the mentioning of, oh yeah, I have the small window of opportunity. I have this small window to do whatever I can with the opportunities that I got. Edge to CM Punk. You have mentioning of MJF in this promo, saying that he mentioned Miz's name just to get a cheap pop. Like, this was just way too similar to me. Way too similar. And I know I can't be the only one that says that. I know I can't. You guys had to have at least heard some of the similarities that happened in this promo.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Was it word for word? No, but you heard the similarities.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like, hey, bro, let me borrow your homework. Okay, just don't copy and paste it. All right, and it was like that. But well, yeah, like, yeah, when
the list of names, Nate. The list of names, but not mentioning the Miz. The list of names from CM Punk on all of his interviews, but didn't mention MJF. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah, and then yeah, of course, him saying that he got other people mentioning his name just to get a cheap reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also he mentioned John Morrison without mentioning John Morrison.
Yeah.
Talking about that while The Miz was on Dancing with the Stars, he left his partner high and dry to get fired. And I'm like,
Right.
whoa. Like, as soon as he said that, I was like, wow, okay.
Now, that wasn't said
Yeah.
in MJF and CM Punk's promo. So that right there was legitimate just there.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the only things that was kind of legit in this promo other than the AEW references. But
yeah, I don't know if you saw John Morrison's response to that too, Phil, on Twitter. But
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, he actually responded to that. But yeah, like I could definitely see the similarities in both of the promos. This promo was like I said, whenever you get like personal in a promo, it's just fire, and it's like really good. So this promo was really good. Like I said, they both brought up like personal stuff about each other, and like I said, I feel like this is gonna make the match a whole lot better. Like whenever you have a fire promo like this, it's guaranteed to make the match a whole lot better. At least, hopefully, make the match a whole lot better. So
CM Punk and MJF made magic in that promo on Wednesday night. And that right there, first of all, that's not going to be the last time we see those two in a promo battle. Second of all, just like that promo did with Punk and Kingston, that sold me the match right there for Punk and Kingston. The promo that we had on Wednesday, that sold me the match right there for Punk MJF. Did this promo sell me on Edge and Miz? Yes, because it's Edge, and he's great on the mic, and Miz, he can be great on the mic, and honestly, he was okay. But I'm telling you right now, Nate, Edge fucking went in. He won this promo tonight, and now, at the end of the day, do I want to see this match? Yes, because I know how much Edge is really going to put into this, and even though this was not the perfect feud to get Edge back into the swing of things, Edge is going to make this better. So I was happy in that regard, but
all right, so I'm about to run this shit off the tracks, but just
sorry if you don't agree with me. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I'm here to run this shit off the tracks, and I'm about to do that right now because I was watching this and everyone in the comments, oh my god, they sound like AEW, and I'm like, all right, I can't really deliver this the way I want to because y'all hear my voice, but my main thing is these two companies being the top wrestling companies in the world, however you want to put who are number one and who are number two, for the time being, they are about to take everything they can from the other. Because we had this discussion when Ruby had her promo battle with Britt Baker, and they do every shot they could. And then we watched I think it was the next SmackDown, I think, and Becky and Charlotte had the exact same thing, but it was a little toned down because of AEW's freedom to talk and WWE's complete opposite of that. So like at this point, I think both brands, when you're doing a promo, especially with people who have friends that left for the other company or they themselves have actually left for the other company, we're gonna get references from both. You know, AEW is gonna reference WWE, and WWE is gonna reference AEW for the end of time. Both companies don't really need to reference each other, but they're going to do it because what Ed said, it was a cheap pop moment, but the pop moment worked because it's like that's why I kind of agree with Edge and
Oh, wait.
this.
Oh wait, go ahead.
Because like that's why I agree with Edge in that sense, because while the promo itself was great, I don't really think that he needed to do that. Did it work? Oh yeah, it worked, and it was freaking awesome. But when Edge said that Miz is in a lot of people's heads, that is one of the most true facts ever, because Miz hasn't been on TV, on WWE TV in a while. He's been dancing with the stars, so it's like when you have someone like who is as polarizing as the Miz, and you have someone as like MJF, who was great in his own right, but in my opinion is not what the Miz is. And when you put them both together and like go in the comparisons thing, and you see how far Miz has gotten, and you see how MJF is on that road, but he's not there yet. That's why you can really side more with Edge on that aspect of it, because I think if MJF took those jokes out about Cena and Miz and Triple H, he still would have found a way to find something that would have cut deep into Punk. He's probably, he can do, let me just throw these little jabs in there, So I just feel like both companies, they don't need each other to be relevant, but they're going to keep referencing each other because they're right next door, per se,
Yeah.
You're going to keep talking about your competition directly or indirectly, as direct as you can. But I don't see the reason for I don't see the reason for. I posted the clip already on TikTok, and people already like excuse me, people already like, oh well, AEW fans are gonna be mad. And I'm like, they said the exact same thing about us last week when they had the MJF and Punk promo. So it's like, this is gonna keep happening, There's no reason for like this is gonna repeatedly happen as long as these two companies are neck and neck, or however the hell you want to stack them. But it's just like, this was a good promo in itself, and Edge was right in the whole MJF thing, just as using Miz's name, because he did he knew Miz was going to do something to get the crowd to pop, and the crowd popped. Me being the crowd, I popped. So shit.
But did MJF really need to be mentioned tonight by Edge?
Yes.
Did he really need to?
Yes.
I don't think so.
It's fair game.
I really don't.
It's fair game.
Yes.
Is it not fair game now?
No, yes. It's fair game. I'll give you that. But at least when Punk and MJF did it, it went into the story because Punk was there in WWE. MJF was never there in WWE.
Okay.
You didn't.
I saw a picture of him holding a WWE belt. We're going to talk about that later. I saw a picture of MJF holding a WWE Championship replica, and I was like, "What is that?" I saw it on Twitter like yesterday.
Was it him as a little kid with CM Punk?
No, it was him by himself. He looked like he was about like 24. He looked like our age. He looked grown, but he definitely was. It looked like he was backstage at a WWE show, and I was like, "Huh, whatever."
I was about to say he's 24 now.
I don't know. Oh shit! I don't know how old he was. I don't know.
He had to have been a young kid.
He didn't look young. I'm saying this is my thing. It's like, we can't move the goalposts for this shit. Edge can say whatever the hell he wants because MJF and Punk can say whatever the hell they want. That's I think MJF deserved to get mentioned because MJF went harder. Edge was just like, hey, the guy over in the other company, he said your name, blah. Like he did. He didn't lie. He didn't say anything that was wrong or exaggerated. He said what we all saw. So you can't ignore it. You can't ignore what we all saw.
You can't ignore it, but you like. I don't know. I just feel. Did you at least saw a lot of the similarities that Nate and I did, right? Come on.
Oh yeah, that's the point. I feel like they were backstage and they watched the promo and they're like, you know what? We're gonna flip this and make this our own. and we're gonna still find a way to throw a shot back at him. You swing at me, I'm gonna swing back harder. So it's just like now, we're playing the game now. We're playing the game of
so now it's just this rivalry between Edge and Miz, and then Punk and MJF just going to be a mirror of each other for the rest of the time until these feuds are just done. Like why? Like why does it need to be in that kind of competition?
Whoever wants to stop, we're in a competition already. Whoever wants to stop first. This is a game of chicken. Like one car running into the other. Let's see who's going to stop. Let's see who's going to turn. Let's see who crashes first. That's what this is now. You play the game. You got to play the game all the way. You can't play one side. You feel me? As much as I hate this company, as much as I still don't like things about AEW, you got to play the game here. And Edge, Miz, MJF, and Punk, they're playing their own feuds, obviously in totally different entities, but they're playing the game right now. You have to throw shots back at them if you want to play this game. And Edge was not wrong in any sense in that matter. Of course, those two matches are completely different in what you're trying to do with Punk and MJF and Edge and Miz. But if someone says something about you, you respond if you feel that you have been attacked. And Edge, being the WWE guy that he is, he saw that. He was like, oh, no, he ain't going to talk about my brand like that. Cool. Right back at you. A little bit watered down because Vince doesn't let them talk, but what you got to do. And imagine if Cena was there. Cena would have walked his ass. Imagine if Cena was on the show. And Cena realized that Cena would have walked Maxwell's ass. So we're not even going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Walked his ass. So it's just like now you gotta see what sides you're on. You gotta play the game here. You gotta play the part.
I definitely see your point now. I was just so shocked at how similar these goddamn promos were because
we had this conversation. This conversation with Brett and Ruby, and then with Charlotte and Becky. We had this conversation 20, 30 podcasts ago, maybe. The promos were extremely similar. They did it first, and then WWE just flipped it on its head and made it their own. We talked about this already. And it was cool then, but Edge just found a way to get a good cut in. So it's like now you gotta play the game, bro.
He found a good way to get under AEW fans' skin. I'll tell you that.
That's the goal. Make them mad.
Yeah. And the thing is, guys, I'm not even really you guys think I'm shitting on this promo. This promo was great. It was a great promo. Edge is great on the goddamn mic. He can make you hate him or love him in just a few words. This was a great promo. And like I said, I was not interested in seeing a Miz versus Edge feud as soon as Miz walked out to confront Edge tonight. But now am I interested? Yes. Yes, because of what I've said.
I wanted AJ or for him to just go back to SmackDown and do something with Jeff, but I mean, I don't know the appeal of this match. I don't know who goes over. I feel like Miz goes over, but at the same time, Edge has been going over a lot. So it's just like I don't know.
But I'm telling you right now, Miz is already a seasoned vet. So you're not trying to do the same thing with MJF, what you're trying to do with the Miz. The MJF and CM Punk situation, MJF is a 24-year-old kid who's just trying to get into the AEW world title picture. Miz is already a seasoned vet, so you really don't need an established win over Edge. I really did not understand this first feud back for Edge, but we have it.
Nick said it earlier. This was one of those rating episodes. They were just like, of course, Miz wasn't advertised, but once people see that Miz was on the show, they're gonna go back and get those streams and get those YouTube views. So it's just like,
right.
They were playing their game today. Their game is, let's see how many numbers we can get this week. Let's put Edge and Miz in the same ring and say, go. You know, it's like it works.
By the way, I have Morrison's response to what Edge said right here on Twitter. And he said, quote, "Hey, Edge, high and dry? Hashtag Johnny Drip Drip is never not wet." Okay, he's still playing character.
Hey.
Hashtag the Flood Stud.
The Flood Stud.
I like
Hashtag
that.
America's Moist Wanted. By the way, when you jump into at Mike the Miz's water, be prepared for the slaughter.
Whoa.
Good job, Morrison, for trying to keep in character. But there was just there were a lot of pause moments in there, bud. I love you, Morrison, but man, that was interesting.
Relax.
Man, so AJ and Omos are interviewed backstage, and AJ is wearing sunglasses because he got blinded last week. They're asked why the Prophets used a fire extinguisher on them, and Styles says, obviously because they couldn't beat him and Omos fairly. Styles says that he can't see. Omos had to shave. No, I'm not going to mention that. Nope.
Hey, yo.
What?
He said he might not. He had to shave him this morning. No, like why?
He had to shave his beard, not damn.
Yeah, that's not what he meant, Phil.
Yeah, I know that, but that's what they have on here.
I think AJ said beard. I hope. I thought he said beard. I could have swore he said beard. If he said like his chest or something like that.
It legitimately just says shave him this morning. That's it. So I don't know what he said.
The contest clues are nuts. They didn't put the clues in there.
And the doctor says that he may never be able to see properly ever again. Listen, I don't know if it's that far. All right? You're not going to be blind for the rest of your life, AJ Styles. I think you'll be fine. And it's because of the Prophets. They just took Street out of the name. So are they just known as the Prophets now?
Nah, the Prophets is a group on this show called On My Block on Netflix. That's the Prophets. Nah. Nah, we not going that way.
Well, he said it's because of the Prophets, so they took Street out of the name. So there you go. They gave him the smoke right in the eyes. Boo, boo,
Boom.
boo. But when there's smoke, there's fire, and he promises them they'll go and they're gonna get burned. Boo! Boo! Like, you don't need. Where are all these puns coming from? Where?
What a promo, man. What a promo.
This promo sucked, and it's AJ Styles. Come back from commercial break, and we have the Prophets taking on Alpha Academy. What the fuck is this about? Why?
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Street Profits come out, I was like, who would they be fighting? And then I'm like, oh, the Alpha Academy. And that's exactly what happened. And then AJ came out pretending to be Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder with Oh My.
Sharon!
I was laughing because I'm like, bro, this is hilarious. But it's
if AJ Styles just walked out there like a freaking zombie saying, "Oh my," I would have fucking laughed my ass off.
I'm like, it's stupid, but it's hilarious.
He Ford hits from the heavens and they get the win, obviously. Omos isn't happy with AJ Styles from pretending that he couldn't see. The two of them argue at ringside. They're legitimately teasing an Omos and AJ Styles breakup, and that is fucking phenomenal. Sorry for the pun, but you know what? I don't care. That is fucking great. I don't care, Locke. That's fucking fantastic.
You just stuck that in there on me. I didn't see that coming. Boo. Sneak attack. Boo.
It's fucking great that we're getting a tease for Omos and AJ Styles to finally break the fuck up. You don't even obviously Omos is not ready for a singles capacity, but obviously AJ Styles, we know we've been wanting him out of this goddamn tag team for a very long time now. I'm just happy that it's finally gonna happen.
Almost gonna
Helen Keller, oh god, Tyler, please. No. Please.
No. Almost gotta go though. I don't see anything.
You want him gone, just period. Fired. Released.
Either that or go down to NXT or something like that, because you have somebody who's just tall. Like he doesn't have.
He's a second coming of Great Khali. I swear.
The Great Khali, I feel like the Great Khali had charisma because he had like
what? What?
I know you hate him, but he had the crowd popping every time he went out there and grabbed the ladies to kiss him on SmackDown. Don't do that.
It was fucking gross.
I didn't say I enjoyed it. I just said he had the crowd popping. I hated that. I didn't want to see that. Him just kissing some random woman. I promise you, I didn't wake up and say, "Hey, wait till 8 o'clock so I can see Khali." No. Totally different reason, but the crowd loved it. So just like, what is Omos gonna do? You know, you can't go out there and kick him. That's like COVID restrictions. You can't do that. And it's like a whole bunch of shit. You definitely can't do that.
Bro, like in the next bunch of releases, if it don't happen, but Omos, Veer, and Shanky all going.
No, Veer's coming soon. Veer's been coming soon
for the past 3 months.
I was about to say, bro, Veer
almost there.
been
Wait a minute.
for the last 2.5 years. Like, bro,
he's not ready yet. You gotta wait.
What do you mean he's not ready?
He's gonna beat Roman. We gotta calm down. Veer is coming.
Beat Roman. Veer is going to be the universal. Fuck you.
Bro, the same with Xia Li, bro.
Yeah, Xia Li's coming soon, man.
Bro, come on, man.
One of these days, yeah.
One of these days.
Yeah, in the year fucking 2034 when we're all
34.
For real. I'll be like, all right, I'm here. No.
Oh.
I'm 50 years old.
I'm 50 years old.
Vince McMahon and Austin Theory are backstage, and Vince asked what Austin thought about what happened just there. And Theory said, "Oh wow, look at that. I liked it. I thought it was great." Vince says that he should have seen the twist with Styles coming because it was terrible. Oh, I'm glad you figured that out. I'm glad you know. I'm glad you know your show sucks. He needs to expect the unexpected, and Vince then tells him to look at him when he is speaking. Theory stares at him blankingly. So, see the 24/7 title bullshit. We don't need to see that. Kevin Owens is sitting backstage, and Rollins walks up and starts laughing at him. Owens denies lying and says he assures him that he's getting added into the day one match. Rollins laughs and mocks him as he walks out the frame. So, as far as we're still aware of, Owens is literally set on him being added into the match. had a United States Championship match between Damian Priest and Apollo Crews. I had a very, very big issue with this, and I don't know why I had as big as an issue as I did, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Byron Saxton. I don't listen to him on commentary that often, but when I do, he actually does speak some kind of sense. This was the first match for Apollo Crews on Monday Night Raw since being drafted. And it's the United States Championship match. Apollo Crews, and I looked this up, has won one match all year.
Because Apollo is being criminally underused in the company. They destroyed his IC championship run. His best run since he turned the heel was the E thing, and that became annoying because he wasn't even winning matches by himself. And Apollo Crews is a really good wrestler. He doesn't need Commander I Sneeze next to him.
Sneeze. Commander Sneeze.
Yeah. What was his name in Dapicado? Avocado, what was his name in Raw Underground? Nickelodeon, what the fuck? I don't know what his name was. It was something dumb. It was something crazy.
Oh, Dabba-Kato.
Yeah, that's
Dabba-Kato.
Yes, Thanos. Yeah. So it's just like
Dabba-Kato.
Oh my god, bro.
But Apollo Crews has won one match all fucking year long, and he gets the United States Championship match as his first match on Monday Night Raw. He got buried over there on SmackDown, and now he gets the United States Championship opportunity? No! When you won one match all year, and you lose every single Intercontinental Championship opportunity that you did not deserve against Shinsuke Nakamura, you don't deserve a United States title match. You don't.
Wait, so the only match that he won was at WrestleMania?
Pretty much. Yeah.
wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
One match all year.
I did not know that.
You don't deserve a U.S. title match.
Like, bro,
Well, it's Monday Night Raw, so you're gonna have to expect it.
Yeah, like WWE is desperate, bro. Like I said, it was mostly for ratings tonight.
And listen,
the match was good, but like still,
why this face? What happened?
Yo, that might be
the demon came out. He's like,
I'm saving this picture because you can use this face for so many things.
That might be my profile picture, bro. That might be my profile picture, bro.
You can use that face for so many things. You guys can find it on WWE's Twitter.
I hate when they say that. The demon has been unleashed. The Damian, no, shut up.
The Damian's been unleashed. What the fuck is a Damien? Do you know what a Damien is? Because I know what a demon is, not a Damien.
I know Damian Lillard. That's the only Damien. I'm talking about the Damien has been unleashed. No, it's terrible. Boo.
The fuck is a Damien? Just like the fuck is a Von Wagner. What the fuck is a Damien?
The Damien has been unleashed.
And they're really trying to get that over. Like, they are desperately trying to get that over.
Not good. Not good at all.
Damian Priest won with the Reckoning. And that was it. Seth goes into Pierce and DeVille's office backstage, and they inform him that plans have changed. If Owens wins tonight, he will be added into the day one match. So now it's actually official. They went back and forth on this thing all fucking night. And now it's official. Rollins loses his freaking mind and storms out. Like he looked like he was legitimately about to kill somebody.
Bro, I would be upset too. Like I explained earlier in the podcast, bro.
Oh yeah.
You worked so hard and you won straight up.
He did win a ladder match to get here. Yeah.
Yeah. He won straight up. Hard work. straight up singles title match, and then all of a sudden you just change it into a triple threat out of nowhere. Like what? No.
Booyaka, booyaka, 619. Booyaka, booyaka. Rey and Dominik Mysterio take on the Hurt Business in what was a pointless match. I didn't even see this match. I was out in the kitchen getting my food at this time. As soon as I came back, we had a promo for, well, I feel like we had a promo for the Almighty after this match and before the 10-woman tag, but apparently we didn't. Regardless, I didn't even see this fucking match, and I really don't care.
Are they still even the Hurt Business now, or are they just?
They're calling them the Hurt Business. They are.
Like, bro. So I'm confused because like you had them come back a while ago. They get reacquainted with each other. Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, and Bobby Lashley. They help Bobby. I forgot what happened, but they help Bobby in some type of way.
Yeah.
Then at Crown Jewel, you have them interfere with the match with Goldberg. That didn't work out because Goldberg was a freaking maniac that night. I don't know why, but
hearing him off the freaking stage.
And then all of a sudden, you just break them up again, and you have Bobby go his separate way with MVP, and you still got them being called the Hurt Business. When are these three guys going to get back together and just start wrecking stuff? Like, bro, like, what's the point of having them come back for like every once in a while, and then all of a sudden, hey, you know what? We want Bobby to do this, so you guys go your separate ways, and we'll try and squeeze you into the show. No.
Yeah. This made no sense. My guys, I didn't even fucking see the match, so I don't care.
I about to say the match was basically somebody get kicked, and then Dominik goes up for a frog splash, and that's how the match ended. That's exactly how it ended. Frog splash.
Who got pinned? Did Benjamin get pinned?
Yeah, Benjamin got hit with a frog splash and then pinned for the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. So Booyaka Booyaka 619 picks up the win. Great. I thought we were going to get these two broken up at some point. Apparently not. But yeah, 10-woman tag. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Nikki A.S.H, Dana Brooke, and Bianca Belair take on Becky Lynch, Doudrop, Carmella, Queen Zelina, and Tamina. That's your entire women's division right there, folks. There you go. This match went way too fucking long. I'm sorry, but it did. You did not need, I believe we had 3 commercial breaks in this.
Man.
Or at least it seemed like it. It says there's only 2 in here, but I feel like there were definitely 3.
No, it was 2. I remember it.
I guess it just felt like 3 because this match was really freaking long when it really did not need to be. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Nikki A.S.H, Dana Brooke, and Bianca Belair pick up the win. You guys know how this fucking formula goes.
Yeah.
I don't even have to say it, and you guys know where I'm fucking going with it, right?
Yep. Like when they announced the match during the Becky and Liv promo, I was like, do they even have enough women for this 5-on-5 match? And then I saw who they had. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I guess they do. All right.
It's the entire women's division.
Yeah, exactly. The entire Raw women's roster. Like, man. and Bianca was not utilized at all in this match.
No,
Yeah,
she wasn't.
Man, all she had was that nice little spine buster at the end of the match to Doudrop. That's it. I'm like, what? She wasn't tagged or anything.
So Tamina hit Liv to Liv up for a Samoan drop, but Liv slides off and kicks her onto the middle rope. Morgan with the oblivion for the 1-2-3. Liv's team wins. I don't even want to say the curse because it happens every single fucking time on this goddamn show, so I'm not even gonna fucking say it. This match went way too long. It's not that I don't care about this match. It's not that I don't care about the women in this match. It's just when you have your entire women's division in this match, there's something to be fucking said about that. I don't know.
Elaborate.
I don't even know where to fucking begin. You have the women's tag team champions, Carmella, Queen Zelina, and you have the two teams that are only in this division between Nikki and Rhea. You have that kind of thing going on there. You have Liv, you have Becky, that's fine. You have all these women tied together at some points into one another. That's great. And you guys are going to give these guys the opportunity to shine in front of the audience. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But there's something to be said when you have every single woman in this division in this one match. You can't just have I don't know where I'm going with this, but where you have all these women here, and yes, you have all these women here to shine. I'm just trying to figure out where everything is going to go in between all of this, how all of this is going to go down. Where does everything go with Liv and Becky? I want to be invested in this women's division, I do, but when you have all of this going down, when Loft, you said it freaking earlier, I want to be invested in the Liv and Becky situation, but when you have these guys go as hard as they do and then you get ripped right from underneath the rug, I can't get behind it, but I'm trying my best here to try to say, hey, they're trying. Let's try to figure out where the heck they're going to go moving on with this women's division. I want these women to do good, and I want these women to be better. But at the end of the day, we need to figure out where every single one of these women are going. And the women's tag team titles, even though they're absolutely worthless, you have them here. Where they're going, I don't know, but you need to figure out where every single woman is going to go from here. That's where I'm just trying to figure out.
I feel you, man. I mean, it's just they don't really value the women the way they should. And that's why
I appreciate you though for calling me out like that. I was trying to figure out where I was going, but I just didn't know how to word it.
No, it's cool. I mean, like they just it seems like every time they get something that's gold, they just misuse it.
Yeah.
And
I'm not a big fan of having champions lose the championship very quickly, but it's like when you see that what you tried with Becky obviously is not working, like why are you still trying to do it? You know, why are you still trying to force something that obviously isn't what is going to push your company to the next level? You know, I feel like every move you do should be something that is moving your company to the next level. And if you're doing something with anybody on the roster and it's not working, why are you still trying to force it?
Right.
But when Liv goes out there and she gets a genuine reaction out of the crowd, I don't see why you wouldn't give her everything that she deserves, because it's like it's either give her everything she deserves or you give someone like Becky Lynch. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but she's been at the top of the mountain before. She's literally been at the top of the mountain for a while now. Excuse me. So it's just like, why? It's the thing we talked about earlier. Liv Morgan is a young star that you need to start pushing, because the moment that you take too long on this, there are some fans that might just switch on Liv one day. They might just switch on her and say, we don't want it anymore, you know? And now you just had something that was complete gold ripped away from you, not because of anything that Liv did, because all Liv is doing her job. But when you go out there and you just take this from her for the sake of just keeping a boring heel run that you tried and failed with, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
Why are you still trying to do something that obviously is not working in your favor? So I don't know.
Vince and Austin Theory are backstage, and Vince is telling Austin to expect the unexpected once again. And if he expects surprises, then he won't be surprised. Theory is confused, as much as probably everyone is. And Vince yells at him to not look directly at his face. And I believe it was at this point where he fucking slapped the shit out of him. Or if it was the next meeting. I don't know.
I was in the kitchen making tea, and I hear Vince just slapped him. So I'm like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah.
The slap was before the Kevin Owens and Biggie match.
Yes, so it was this one. Yep, it was this one then. So coming back from a commercial break, we had a video package for Big Bobby Lashley. So cool.
Big Bob is Bobby.
Big
Roode.
Bob is Bob Roode, I know, but this guy's a bigger Bob.
Hey, yo.
Jesus Christ.
Bigger Bob.
Who's bigger, Bob Lashley or Bob Roode?
Pause. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know who's bigger. What? What's going on here?
Whoa.
Yeah.
We got to cut the podcast short. Hey, cut that out. Hey.
That was crazy.
You guys have way too dirty of minds. I'm telling you right now.
Who's bigger? I don't know what's about that.
I love this podcast so much, man. I love this podcast so much.
Ask me who's bigger.
Big E's interviewed backstage by Kevin Patrick. He was asked about Kevin Owens possibly being added to the Day 1 match. Big E says he feels no added pressure and walks off. But then he comes back. I was like, that's it. That was it. As soon as he walked off, I'm like, oh, okay. That's it.
That's what I was saying too. I'm like, is that it? And then he came back. I'm like, oh, okay.
He comes back and he says, listen, he fears no man, and he definitely fears no man named Kevin. Boo. You know the fucking man's name is Kevin Patrick. He says he understands the triple threat and it makes it harder for him to retain his baby. So after he defeats the Scrooge, Kevin Owens tonight, he will go and beat Seth Rollins and start a new year off with a bang. So there you go. Come back from commercial break. Oh, wait. Okay, so yes, this is the one. This is the one where he slaps, because we're back with Vincent Austin again. And he asks about how he felt tonight. Theory says that he learned a lot. Vince asks if he learned what he has learned. And Theory says, look, I need to expect the unexpected. Vince says that's good. He's ready. And they stand up. Vince reaches over for a handshake, but instead slaps the fucker so hard in the face. It legitimately fell him back into his chair, and I was like, holy fucking shit, Vince. He's 24.
That's what I said. I was like, man, I said, it's straight child abuse. Like, what in the world? Why would you do that?
Austin Theory is like, yeah, he's 24 fucking years old, and you slapped the guy. You slapped the kid. Vince sits back down and says he's got a lot to learn. About what? Was that something he was supposed to expect? Because nobody, I mean fucking nobody would have fucking expected that. Old man just slaps the 24-year-old kid saying, yeah, fuck you. Go home.
Smack the taste out of his mouth.
And more. I'm pretty sure he almost fucking broke his jaw.
Man. Mo said Vince is like 70.
Vince is like 70, yeah. Yeah, like he's 76. Kevin Owens and Biggie. If Kevin wins, he gets added to the WWE Championship match at day one. I love how they're just calling it day one. Like this is the first day of WWE apparently, because it's day one. I know what it legitimately means, guys. You guys don't have to crucify me on that, but it's just crazy how they're just calling it day one. Like, Seth Rollins is out here on commentary at this point. So, throughout the entire match, Biggie was just trying to be Biggie. He was just trying to be a good old lad. Kevin Owens over here, he was just trying to get Seth Rollins to hit him so that he can get Biggie disqualified so that Kevin Owens can get inserted into the match.
Oh.
It was a good match. Good match. I mean, it's Kevin Owens and Biggie, so I didn't really expect anything less. But near the end of the match, Owens hits a pop-up powerbomb for a near fall, a very close near fall. And Rollins is terrified at this point. Owens goes to the top rope, but jumps onto Rollins. And Owens gets back inside the ring. Biggie connects with a lariat. And Rollins just lashes out. And he runs into the ring and attacks Kevin Owens. Winner by disqualification is Kevin Owens. And Rollins took the bait and continued to beat down Owens after the bell. Rollins super kicks Big E, and the announcer explains that Owens won the match, and he is now added to the Day 1 WWE Championship match. And Rollins at this point, guys, he was just fucking flipping out. He was kicking everything. He was legitimately having a temper tantrum in the fucking ring. He was like, no, what the fuck did I do? All this stuff. He was legitimately, he took off his blazer. He was trying to rip off his button-down shirt. He was legitimately fucking going off tonight. You did it for yourself.
Right.
You did it yourself. If you didn't attack him, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be in this fucking situation. You did this all to yourself.
Yep.
And that's what I fucking don't understand. You said throughout the entire match on commentary that, oh yeah, well, I'm rooting for Big E tonight because if Big E wins, it'll be a 50-50 shot. If Owens wins, my chances of being WWE champion lessens dramatically. And then, of course, Corey, being the mathematician that he is, he's doing the Steiner math again, Nate. He said 33.3% chance. He's like, oh yeah, well, something like that. And I'm like, oh great, so now we're doing math on Monday Night Raw.
I didn't even notice that.
He said that on commentary. He did.
Oh man.
I'm like, listen, you didn't need to attack him.
And that was straight up stupid. I was heated. I'm like, you dummy, why would you do that? And then they started flipping out after the match. I'm like, yeah, you did it to yourself.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, you did it to yourself. I'm saying, now we're going to have a triple threat match at day one just because of you. I'm like, you did it to yourself. Man. Oh, yeah, somebody in my live asked, I'm done talking about the match, but somebody asked in my live, do you guys think that day one will be Kevin Owens' last match in WWE or no?
Well, his contract ends on December 3rd. Or December 5th. It's the 3rd or the 5th. Right now, there's no word on if he resigned. So if he does not resign by that Saturday, he's out. And that'll be it. But if you want my prediction, yes, it'll be his last match.
Yeah.
They'll write him off in some fucking way on that show. If they really cannot get him to resign.
I'm about to say he'll cost Seth the championship, and then Seth is just going to flip out, beat the crap out of him, grab like a couple of steel chairs, hit him with a concerto, and grab a ladder, smack him with a ladder, grab a couple tables, slam him through 2 tables, and the announcer's table.
If they're really going to write Kevin Owens off like this triple threat match is going to be fucking crazy. Because we're going to see some big spots for Kevin Owens. And you can write him off in this. You can. But having him be in this WWE Championship match and then never showing up on WWE TV ever again, if they can't get him to resign, is going to be very awkward because where the fuck are they going to put him? Or how the fuck are they even going to explain this? They won't, because that's just how they do. They didn't explain anything when Ruby left. Or anything of that, or pretty much anybody for that matter. So it's going to be weird, but we'll see. What's your thoughts on that, Loft? Do you think this is Big E's last match at day one?
I didn't hear what you said. Say it again.
Biggie, Kevin Owens' contract ends on December 3rd or December 5th, depending on the freaking logistics of everything. Day one is happening on the 1st, so this could possibly be the last match on Kevin Owens' contract. Do you think that'll actually be the case? And if so, how do you think they'll write him off?
I don't think you let him off at all. I think he just goes after the match. I think he just leaves. I don't think they write him off at all. I think he's let him go, because I think I'm pretty sure they know that his time around here is limited. So he loses the match, I assume, at day one, and then say goodbye.
And like I said earlier, they're not going to explain anything.
Yeah.
Because
He'll be on the next Black Thursday release list whenever that happens.
Yeah. I mean, but that's it, guys. That's it for your Monday Night Raw review. Tomorrow we're going to be talking with Anthony again. I'm pretty damn sure of that. He said every Tuesday, so we're good here. We got a very good episode for you guys here tomorrow. And Olaf, I already spoke to you about it today. Nate, if you're ever down to do something on these Tuesdays, I think you'd actually be really enjoying this, because we got two people from AEW that we're going to be talking about in that episode. And it's going to be Jade Cargill. Olaf, I know you're very excited about that one.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about Brian Cage.
Oh, his situation.
We're talking about Brian Cage and his situation right now, not being utilized properly in this company, in AEW, and his wife, Melissa Santos, very, very vocal about the situation. We'll talk about it, and we'll talk about how I definitely would like to see Brian be used more often. And with Jade Cargill, we're just going to be talking about the TBS Championship moving forward and seeing where the heck everything can go. So yeah, those are the two people that we're going to be talking about in that episode. We're going to have a very fun time. Nate, if you can join, that's great. I'm pretty sure Olaf and I are going to be joining with Anthony regardless, so we'll see. I mean, Olaf's joining just because of Jade Cargill alone, so.
Yes.
so we'll see about that. We'll talk to you guys then. And if you guys have anything left to say before we get the hell out of here, we can, because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't mean for it to be this long, but hey, that's what we fucking do. Honestly, at 2.25 hours, that's not too bad here.
Yep. No, man. Thank you guys for joining another episode on OTB. You already know how we get down, man. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys. And go and pass it off to Loft for the end and take it away, Loft.
All right, man. Thank you all for watching tonight. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for my voice sound like a freaking 12-year-old. I'm doing a lot of things with my shit right now. It's real bad, but hopefully it'll be better by tomorrow, so I can talk about my favorite freaking AEW superstar at the moment. And then I just WWE, I know you're probably not watching this, but please make your show better, please. Like, it just hurts every week, man. There should be no reason why I sit in front of my freaking screen and just start crying uncontrollably because I got to watch the show for 3 hours. No idea how much pain this affects me and my family. This is just it's painful every week. I just got to come home from a long day of exams. Like, it's almost finals week. Then I get home to relax. I just got to watch 3 hours of Seth Rollins and
the stress. I know the stress, man.
I'm trying to get home and unwind.
We all know the freaking stress.
It sucks.
Yeah, got my man Loft out here crying like how Becky Lynch cried after Charlotte Flair match.
Exactly.
Man.
Like, this is bad, man. But just make your show better, just a little bit, just so I can watch it without crying. That was it.
If anybody could get this clip out to WWE via Twitter or Instagram or something like that, let them know that we're watching and we're upset, bro.
If you want to send me something, my name is Jamal Crawford. You just send something.
Yo.
My name is Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
My name is Jonathan Lamar Aloysius Cena III.
We'll take a lot of donations. We get a little sponsorship going on. You know?
Yeah, go fund me.
Yeah, go fund Raw. No, don't fund me. Go fund them.
On Raw.
Yeah. I'm funded. They hit the top. Damn. They hit to fund themselves.
But thank you guys so much for joining. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Road to 500 begins by SummerSlam, y'all. I'm pushing for SummerSlam. We're getting that push for SummerSlam. We'll see you guys tomorrow. One last thing before we go. Guys, Nate, Love, I know you guys have heard me talk about this god dang the god dang song all freaking day. But my good friend Cheyenne, she released her first single today, y'all. It's on it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, it's on pretty much any streaming platform that you can do for music. It's her first single. She worked her goddamn ass off just to get this, and I'm super proud of her. I looked at the actual analytics for the song already. It's already at like 300 to 350 streams, and it's only been out for it's been out for a day now. And to her, just being a solo singer-songwriter, just an independent artist, that's insane. Having it already like in the 300s for streams already, that's insane. And I can't wait for you guys to hear it for yourselves. If you guys want to get it for yourself, you guys can go to any streaming platform for music. Just type in Through My Veins, and it's right there. I'm telling you right now, it's not... I did like 3 videos on it today on my TikTok, so you guys can easily find it. It's an amazing song. Go take a listen. And I'm just super proud of her for doing that, because she worked her goddamn ass off to get here. And she said that she's working on other stuff too, so trust me, there's more to come for Cheyenne. So, and trust me, I'm going to continue to support her in any way that we can. So we'll mention her on this goddamn podcast as many times as we can so that we can help her out. And that's it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. Have a good night. And we'll talk to you about Jade Cargill and Brian Cage tomorrow. Well, I know you're going to be excited. Hope you guys hope to see you there. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Deuces.